G'day, fellas, and welcome to I was going to say a caster game, but I feel like this is probably a little bit different. This is an underground, an illegal, a highly illegal casted game coming at you guys live from the pup. Well, technically, I mean, it's still the pup, right? But we're not meant to be on it. We're not meant to be on it. The developers shut down the pup more than 24 hours ago, and we're still here. We're still logged in, and I'm not leaving. I'm not leaving. I was going to say the full thing, but we're still, you know, it's YouTube. We don't want to get demonetized. Well. Let's introduce our players for the game. Playing in the yellow, in the north of the map. The map, of course, is Lipany. We've got 400 as the Ottomans. And on the south side, playing in the color pink as the Chinese, we've got Whippleby, which I was very close to just calling Whippleby. So maybe I'll just do that. Double scout opening coming out from Whippleby. It's actually why I pleb. I'm looking up over here. I'm like Whippleby. That's why I pleb. All right. So we got pleb, who's gone with a double scout opening. Definitely a bit of a pleb thing to do. Maybe a bit behind on the times, but double scout openings definitely fallen out of favor, especially on a map like Lipany. So why would a double scout opening not be good on Lipany? Anyone? Class? Anybody got any ideas why it would not be good? That is correct. That is correct, Bob. It is because there's more food on Lipany than other maps. So instead of, you know, gathering up all these sheep, what you can just do is go drop a mill down out over on these berries or 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 any berries that you choose in life, because there's plenty of berries for you to choose in life. And interestingly, there's quite a few berries on this side. Hold on, how many berries have we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They've upped the berry patches. It used to be 5 each on each map. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh my god. Oh, look at this town center placement. My lord. Jeez. Talk about insanity. Why I pleb. Well, okay, so there you guys go. That is essentially it. That is why it would be a pleb move to open up with a double scout. But I mean, it's going to translate to obviously a bit more food. It means he's going to be able to supervise that mill for a bit longer. So it's not all bad. It's not all bad. But let's ride in on the other side and check in with 400 and see how he's doing now. For anybody wondering, this guy actually reached Conqueror. Why I pleb, I think he's Diamond. And 400, he's Conqueror in the pup. The pup ladder is still up at the moment, so you will be able to go and check it and see that this guy, 400, I think he's Conqueror or either just a few points short of Conqueror. But remember that typically that ladder, very hard to get Conqueror on. You're going to be playing a lot, and you've also got to be playing well. But we do begin to see the first of the spearmen moving out into the map blindly. Now, this is something that I always advocate against. I always think a scout should come forward first, and then look to try and spot where the spearman should attack. Because the spearman's got one spot that he can actually attack at this point in the game. And if he doesn't watch himself, he may actually get shot from the town center at least once, but maybe twice. We can see that's going to happen right now. There's the first shot, second shot, getting loaded up. Let's see if he takes the second shot as well. There's the second shot. And now all of a sudden, this spearman attack a lot less threatening, because even if you're out here on the gold mine, even if you're out here trying to harass these villagers, well, the villager's just going to turn around and go, lol, you got 30 health, bro. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? And that's the reason why it's so important to make sure that your scout comes in first. We can actually see split the sheep right there. He's going to pick up the third one, though. And behind the scenes, another consequence of the early game, and it is clearing out wolves when you're going for an early attack like this. But Spearman does finally find his target. Mining camp going to be under attack. No villagers here whatsoever. But he will be able to prevent a Song Dynasty attempt if that is looking to come through from 400. Definitely doesn't seem like it, though. He did pull gold villagers to actually make this landmark and rally them back in that direction. We can see each one going back over there. This villager was intending on gathering up some gold, but now that scout going to be coming out. He's got to be careful here. You're playing with fire when you're playing like this. Look at this. He's doing one attack a pop. Yo, wake up, pleb. Yeah, there we go. Pleb finally wakes up. Pleb now aging up, 4 minutes 20. Definitely doesn't seem like a build order that I would be particularly happy with. No real goal here, at least at this point. I mean, if you look at what he's got going for him at this point, there doesn't seem to be anything. He's not working towards Dynasty, not working towards a second TC. Doesn't even have military production out at the moment. And now we got the wolf. Wolf actually going to be able to be doing pretty decently here. The wolf might pick itself up a kill, the first kill of the game potentially. Here we go. Hold on a minute. Hold your horses. Never mind. Spearman does get one on the board. Now the second spearman coming in with 21 health missing. So this is once again the consequence of not clearing up that earlier the earlier wolf that we were talking about. But now double scout coming back. Pleb going to be under attack and now looking to really get out here. Should be able to take out the first spearman, and indeed does. The consequence of falling in underneath that town center. We're right on board with 400 and see how he's doing as the age up has happened, and he's going to be going with the Salt and Honey Trade Network. So this is a landmark. I personally would rate this landmark lower than your berry landmark, but look, I'm not the best player in the world, but at the same time, I'm not an absolute shitter either. Second town center is going to be coming up for him. We can see 7 villagers at the moment on stone, quite a lot. Also going to be dropping down a stable. I'm liking this play. This play, hey, I'm just going to say it's somewhat reminiscent of my build-up, but I'm just like, it's not really. I mean, I can't say that. You just put a military school down and he's making a stable. There's nothing even remotely similar to it. So never mind. I withdraw that statement, but we do see the first of the Imperial Council text is about to come through. What's it going to be? It's going to be the sheep. Anatolian Hills is going to be the way that he moves forward from this, and we do see the first of the archers now coming out for pleb. Still working towards that Song Dynasty. We see he's supervising up multiple buildings. He's got plenty of gold in here as well, so he should be able to pick this one up. Interestingly, you know what? He wouldn't have been able to get that lumber camp anyway. Perfect spot for this one would have been right here where this house is. So you really got to think about your base building as trying to make sure you get all that early base building out. And we can see the scout now, rather the archer, going to be chasing away that spearman. Get out of here, mate, he says. Scouts now moving across the map together. Typically, you want them all separated so that you've got better coverage, but we do see this. The first Spahi is in queue now for 400. He's going to be moving out towards the north, where he's going to be dropping down a town center, and whoa. I love that song. I just got to get my pitch right. I got to know what pitch I want to hit, because there's like 7 different... It's a good harmony, that song, in that part. You know, I'm going to listen to that after this game. But this right here, my. What an absolute town center. Double berry patch. I mean, you can throw a mill down here, and of course, you might be looking at that like, hey, you know what? It still needs a mill. So it's not that amazing. Well, it's got protection. That's what it's all about. You know, your parents told you, we don't care if you do it, just do it with protection. And it's the exact same thing here. I don't care if you're expanding with your berries, just do it with protection. It's the exact same thing here. Town center coming down on the berries, on the deer, and on these berries as well. He's as long as he keeps 10 vills out here, he's going to be able to sit out here safely for days. Love to see it. We're checking on the other side of the map now, as pleb is going to be doing the same thing, the same sort of expansion. We can see he's stacking up the stone behind this. It's going to be about an 8-minute, at least 8-minute 30 or so on the Barbican, which will eventually get him in on the Song Dynasty. He did try and do a little attack there on the deer, but animation cancel gonna get him off good. He's got a nice little spot here, though. This mill is absolutely perfect. Now rallying out more units towards this position. Wants to just keep it safe until that Barbican does get up. Second town center going to be coming down for him, and you guys know that's going to be the equivalent of 3 TCs. Let's see where he drops it down. It looks like it might be down here, but he's heading down towards his gold mine. Spy going to be coming in as well. Where's that second TC? He's got enough resources for it. Go for it, my friend. Villagers, unfortunately, going to be falling back. Ideally, what you'd love to see is just turn around and attack the Spahi. So I feel like the devs need to change this about the Spahi, okay? Okay, right, hear me out, okay. Take the Donzo, okay? What is the Donzo? Okay, we increase the cost of the Donzo by 10, and then what do? We give it an extra melee armor, and then what else do we do? And we also, get this, we also give it a ranged attack on a cooldown. That's great. That's exactly what you want on a unique unit. There's no downside other than the cost. And then you take the Spahi, and you look at the Spahi, and you're like, all right, well, you got that downside in the cost. It's 10 food, more expensive than a normal horseman. And it's got, what's the difference? What does it do differently? Well, it's got this cool move called Fortitude, where it gains 50% attack speed, but then it receives 50% damage from melee weapons for 10 seconds. Bro, that's terrible. That's actually terrible. Like, it actually sucks. I'm not kidding you. You're just better off. Just give me a normal horseman. I would take a normal horseman over a Spahi any day, because Fortitude is useless. It's absolutely useless when it comes. You're raiding, your villagers just turn around, bam, stab you. You know what? I take it back. It's not useless. It's useless. It's useful when you already have superior numbers and you just want to kill things faster. Then it's good. You know, you hit a gold mine. There's 6 villagers down here, and you got 20 Spahi. Then, by all means, you know, use your Fortitude. But other than that, it's pretty damn useless. And, you know, you look at the Donzo and you're like, that, if I'm making a civilization and I want a custom spearman, that's the guy I'm going to. But I would never choose a Spahi in a custom civilization at all, because it's just not good. So how would I change this? What would I make different about this? I would just say, I don't know whether they can do this, but I would just make it say that they take, like, more damage from their counters, if that's possible. Like, make it so that spearmen do extra damage. So, at the moment, it's melee damage, which means knights, other horsemen, villagers, all do more damage to the Spahi. And that's not cool, bro. That is not cool. Why not give them that extra 50% attack speed, or dial down the fortitude, make it like 25% attack speed that you can just throw down for 10 seconds, something like that. But I don't know, man. It boggles the mind. It's somewhat or kind of reminds me of the longbow versus the archer. Like the longbow versus the archer. The longbow is like far superior to an archer. You'd always go a longbow, and it's kind of similar to the Donzo, isn't it? But anyway, I digress. We move forward. We continue watching Pleb as he pushes out across the map. He's got quite a nice little mass going here. Siege engineering is on the way through. Now, the question is, how well has he gone with the scouts? Because he's got the Chokunu here. We did see our double scout out before, but it looks like most of the scouts are nowhere to be seen, so may have lost a life, and I do suspect we're going to be having spearmen just chasing away the units. The Chinese spearmen loving to scream out. But I would suspect that we might have a little bit of a push coming through now. Chokunu going to be, or rather archers and the Chokunu are going to be pushing forward. No +1 coming through just yet for Pleb. A lot of archery ranges, so I do like this. I'd love to see this +1 ranged attack coming through just to help out with the Chokunu. But 400 going to be under a pretty big attack here, and he's definitely vulnerable to it as well. I can see a battering ram coming in right now, hits the blacksmith, boom, and now begins to hit the military schools. And I think if you're attacking an Ottoman player, you want to be hitting those military schools. Think about the cost that your enemy's forking out for these military schools. 150 wood, 100 stone. That's 250 resources against an archery range, which is 100 resources for these guys. Remember, they pay only 100 wood. So what do you want to be hitting? You want to be hitting those military schools. That's the expensive stuff. I mean, when you look at the health difference there, I mean, it just makes sense to be going for the military schools. I might even think about just, ignore the blacksmith, just go straight for the military schools. Perhaps that's the better choice, but we can already see 400. Looks like his enemy may be doing a potential attack up towards the north, and indeed it is Pleb now. Going to be dropping down this battering ram just outside town center line of sight. We can see TC line of sight a little bit further away, probably a little bit out, but he does actually spot it with the scout coming through. He's going to be in a bit of trouble now, 400 on the defense. Was thinking about going up to a castle age, but it seems to me like he's not going to be able to do it, and we do see a whole bunch of units now in queue. He's got 10 archers in queue. Oh, watch out, ladies and gentlemen. This guy means business when it comes to archers. Only a single Spahi. Definitely the right choice. Single Spahi and a couple of metas. He's got more metas in queue than he does Spahi, but a lot of Spahi out. Now, I wonder what he is looking, what he's looking to do with the drums. I would probably be going ranged drums just because I'm against Chukunu. Now, I don't know whether, we don't have +1 coming in just yet, but technically, we got Spahi here, 3 armor, up to 4, or Chukunu can go from 4 to 5. Now, oh, we've lost our music. Give us our music back. Devs, Relic. Where is it? Microsoft, give me my music back. So one of the reasons why China has a bad matchup against France and Rus is because in the feudal age, knights have got 4 armor, Chukunu 5 damage, which means they're only doing 1 damage a pop. Spahi can actually reach that number as well. If you get the +1 melee or +1 ranged armor and then also switch the meta over to ranged defense drums, then they go up to a total of 4. And I would advocate that that is a great decision to do. But now 400 going to be looking to expand with that military campus. We can actually see he went for meta drums as well. Looking to clean up the first of the battering rams. Battering ram going down to about half health, but he continues pushing through. We're going to enter into the cinematic mode right now because we've got 400 just fighting right now like he's part of the 300. Look at this defense that he's got going down. Meta on the backside, not yet focused down, but look at the Spy overwhelming his opponent, and it looks like the attack coming out from our Chinese player has just been completely defeated. It's not even close. Head back to the drawing board, our Chinese friend. The Ottoman is here to stay. And I think that just really goes to show, like, what is the difference right there between these two guys? I mean, is it just macro? Is that what the difference is? Like, we saw that there was early pressure that came out from the Ottoman player, forced out archers. Was that the difference? He wasn't able to go for his build order? Because I think that's largely about what Age of Empires is about, right? Like, your enemy, or just you in general, you go into a game and you're like, all right, we're going to do this build order and it's going to be sick. And then a spearman starts attacking your villagers on the gold, and now all of a sudden you can't do the build order because your villagers on the gold are getting killed by spearmen. Is that the difference? And now we've got a bit of an overchop through the wood line. Looks like the Imperial official may go down here. Spy continue to push forward. 400 just in a single foul swoop. Looks to end this game so damn quickly. Beautiful stuff with the meta here as well. And he used those units. Made sure he really pushed them out quickly. Pleb trying his best to hold on. He's thrown down a couple of stables in emergency. Village account 70 versus 75, so pretty damn even at this point in time. But unfortunately, the archers are just looking so damn good right now from 400. This is impressive stuff. I'm going to have to go back and watch his build order and see what he did that was so damn good. But he only ever made 2 traders. Was it just all the villagers? He just had solid macro. When we saw all those archers he had in queue, now the spy overwhelming the base, and pleb looking like a little bit of a pleb now as the Imperial official goes down. No surprise there. Those guys love to. They don't like to be alive. Let's just put it that way. They do not like to be alive. And it was just all a single foul swoop, really, that just knocked him out completely. Looks like 400 going to have to fall back for the moment. Battering ram going to be coming down on the backside. Definitely the right choice for him. Fall back away from this. Continue funneling in those units on the front side. You're going to be fine. Look at, is it just me? Metas have got a really big circle. Take a look at this. If you look on the minimap, how big do those circles for the meta look? They're quite big. It's like a moving town center on my minimap. Those things go and go and go. And now Meta's pushing up with their war drums. He's on attack speed for the moment. So going to be having some pretty good trains there with the archers. Now holding position for the moment. Check in with the village accounts and see how we're doing. 77 for our northern friend on the south side. Pleb sitting on 70 like a pleb, like an absolute pleb. And now he looks to hold on. Now he looks to defend. It's going to be difficult against the battering rams. Where does he go from here? I would advocate, you know what? I think you just go next. Good game, go next. This is a tough position to come back from. I'm thinking about heading up to Castle Age, getting out a nest of bees. That's probably like my best bet, and then just massing spearmen and men at arms. But I don't think you've got time. I mean, realistically, you probably do. The battering rams come down. Okay, he works through the whole front of your base. You've got your barracks back here. You supervise the barracks. Drop 2 more barracks down here. Slowly but steadily getting more and more spears out. Get your veteran spears out. First of the nest of bees comes through. Oh, that's a lot of units, though, isn't it? I feel like the archers could just face tank the nest of bees. Not even be fussed about it. I mean, he's working down this Barbican. 7 villagers inside. He needs to evacuate those guys sooner rather than later. They will go the way of the dodo if he doesn't. I think that's probably his best bet, though. If he was going to do that, he probably needed to commit to that to maybe a minute ago. But it's a very hard thing to want to do when you've got your enemy sitting in your face like this. But now looking to push out. Horseman moving forward. We can see that he's got +1 ranged armor, but that's it. +1 ranged attack did finally come through. He's going to be able to shred through those spy. They don't have the ranged armor with war drum dance on. And now the archers moving forward. And look at the attack speed coming out from these archers, just shredding through 1.39. 1 attack every 1.39 seconds. And we did see the Barbican does go down. Compare that to the 1.62. So they're attacking significantly faster. A little bit of a line of sight bug right there. I say bug, but it's not. That is apparently an intention, but good game gets called. Pleb going to be tapping out like the pleb that he is. And 400 going to be taking victory, fellas. I hope you've enjoyed this look at the Ottoman feudal push. Kind of wild. I'm not going to lie. It looks scary as all hell. Well, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.